You slept 8 hours last night, maybe even 9, and yet you woke up exhausted, drained before the day even started. If you're over 50 and you feel tired, not just sometimes but all the time, I need you to hear this. This is not normal aging. This is your body sending you a signal, and today we're going to decode exactly what that signal means and what you can do about it starting tonight. Stay until the end, because tip number 5 completely changed how thousands of Americans over 50 feel every single morning. Welcome to ClearMed Life, where we give Americans over 50 clear, honest, science-based health information they can actually use. Today's topic hits close to home for millions of people. Chronic fatigue after 50. What's really causing it? And more importantly, what actually fixes it? Let's get into it. First, let's bust the biggest myth out there. Most people over 50 believe that feeling tired all the time is just part of getting older. Their friends are tired, their spouse is tired, so they assume this is just how life is now. That belief is costing people years of good health. Think about it this way. If you had a warning light on your car dashboard, would you put a piece of tape over it and keep driving? Of course not. You would find out what's wrong and fix it. Your body works the same way. Chronic fatigue is a warning light, and ignoring it doesn't make the problem go away. It lets it get worse. Yes, some changes in energy are natural after 50, but feeling chronically exhausted, dragging yourself through every day, that is your body telling you something is wrong. And the frustrating part? Most doctors spend less than 15 minutes with patients. They run basic blood work, find nothing obvious and say, "You're fine, it's probably just stress or age." But here is the truth. Chronic fatigue after 50 almost always has a real identifiable cause, sometimes more than one. And when you find that cause and address it, people often feel better than they have in years. Today we're covering the 7 most common causes and what to do about each one. Cause number 1, thyroid problems. Your thyroid is a small butterfly-shaped gland in your neck, and it controls your energy like a master switch for your entire body. When it's working properly, you feel energized, your metabolism runs smoothly, and your brain stays sharp. But when it slows down, a condition called hypothyroidism, everything slows down with it. Your metabolism, your thinking, your mood, your energy. The symptoms are so gradual that most people don't notice until they're completely drained. They just assume they're getting older. But what's actually happening is that their thyroid has been quietly failing for months, sometimes years. Other symptoms of low thyroid include unexpected weight gain even when you're eating well, feeling cold all the time when others are comfortable, dry skin and hair loss, constipation and depression. Here's the critical part. Standard thyroid tests often miss early thyroid problems. A basic TSH test alone is not enough. Ask your doctor specifically for a full thyroid panel including TSH, free T3, free T4, and thyroid antibodies. Hypothyroidism is extremely common in Americans over 50, especially women. In fact, 1 in 5 women over 60 has an underactive thyroid, and it is completely treatable, often with a simple daily medication that can restore your energy dramatically. Cause number 2, iron deficiency anemia. Your red blood cells have one critical job: to carry oxygen to every single cell in your body, your heart, your brain, your muscles. Every organ depends on this oxygen delivery system. When you don't have enough healthy red blood cells, or when your iron levels are too low to support them, your body is literally starving for oxygen. The result? Crushing, overwhelming, bone-deep fatigue. The kind where climbing a flight of stairs leaves you breathless. The kind where you need a nap by mid-morning. Iron deficiency anemia is one of the most commonly missed diagnoses in people over 50 because the symptoms develop so slowly and are so easy to blame on aging. Warning signs to watch for: persistent fatigue that doesn't improve with rest, pale or yellowish skin, shortness of breath with minimal activity, heart palpitations, dizziness, and feeling cold all the time. Women going through or past menopause, people who follow plant-based diets, and anyone with digestive issues are at especially high risk. A simple blood test called a CBC, complete blood counting, along with a ferritin level test, can diagnose this immediately, and treatment is straightforward: iron supplements, dietary changes, and in some cases treating the underlying cause. Cause number 3, sleep apnea. This is one of the most underdiagnosed conditions in America, and one of the most devastating for your energy levels. Sleep apnea is when you stop breathing repeatedly throughout the night, sometimes dozens, sometimes hundreds of times, without ever knowing it's happening. Every single time you stop breathing, your brain jolts you partially awake just enough to restart your breathing. You never reach the deep restorative stages of sleep that your body desperately needs. So no matter how many hours you spend in bed, 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, you wake up feeling like you haven't slept at all. Over 30 million Americans have sleep apnea, and the vast majority, estimated at up to 80%, are completely undiagnosed. Classic warning signs include loud chronic snoring, gasping or choking sounds during sleep that your partner notices, waking up with headaches, feeling unrested and exhausted no matter how long you sleep, difficulty concentrating during the day, and falling asleep easily during quiet moments. If any of those sound familiar, please ask your doctor about a sleep study. It can be done at home now with a simple device. Treatment with a CPAP machine can be genuinely life-changing. People who get treated often describe it as feeling human again for the first time in years. Cause number 4, vitamin D deficiency. Vitamin D is not just a vitamin, it is actually a hormone, and it affects nearly every system in your body. Your energy levels, your immune system, your mood, your bone strength, your muscle function, and the shocking reality is that the majority of Americans over 50 are significantly deficient in vitamin D. Why? Several reasons. As we age, our skin becomes dramatically less efficient at converting sunlight into vitamin D. We also tend to spend less time outdoors, and very few foods contain meaningful amounts of vitamin D naturally. The result of chronic vitamin D deficiency is a cluster of symptoms that are incredibly easy to miss: persistent fatigue and low energy, muscle weakness and aches, brain fog and difficulty concentrating, low mood and depression, and a weakened immune system that leaves you catching every cold and virus that comes around. The fix starts with knowing your level. Ask your doctor for a vitamin D blood test, specifically the 25-hydroxy-vitamin D test. The optimal range for energy and health is between 50 and 80 nanograms per milliliter. Many Americans test below 20, which is considered severely deficient. If your levels are low, supplementation is simple, inexpensive, and often produces dramatic improvements in energy within weeks. Cause number 5, blood sugar imbalance. Here is something that surprises most people. You do not have to be diabetic to have blood sugar problems that completely destroy your daily energy. Millions of Americans over 50 are living in a state called pre-diabetes, where blood sugar levels are chronically elevated, but not yet in the full diabetic range. And millions more have a condition called insulin resistance, where the body produces insulin but can't use it efficiently. Both conditions create a predictable pattern of energy destruction. You eat a meal, especially one high in carbohydrates or sugar. Your blood sugar spikes rapidly. Your body floods your system with insulin trying to bring it back down. Your blood sugar then crashes, often lower than it was before you ate. And in that crash, you feel it: sudden, heavy, overwhelming fatigue, brain fog, difficulty focusing, the desperate urge to sleep. This cycle repeats with every meal, every day, slowly draining your energy and increasing your risk of developing full diabetes. If you consistently feel a strong drop in energy 30 to 90 minutes after eating, especially after carbohydrate-heavy meals, this is very likely contributing to your fatigue. Ask your doctor for two specific tests, a fasting glucose test and a hemoglobin A1C test. These two tests together give a complete picture of how your body is managing blood sugar. Cause number 6, depression and anxiety. This one is critically important, and it is one of the most overlooked causes of fatigue in older Americans. When most people think of depression, they picture sadness, crying, hopelessness. But in people over 50, depression very frequently presents differently. The primary symptom is often not sadness, it is exhaustion, a deep, heavy, motivationless exhaustion. No energy to do things you used to enjoy, no drive to get out of bed, sleeping too much but never feeling rested. Depression is not a character flaw, it is not weakness. It is a medical condition involving real, measurable changes in brain chemistry, and it is extremely common, affecting approximately 20% of adults over 65. Yet the majority go undiagnosed and untreated because they, and often their doctors, assume the symptoms are just part of aging. Chronic anxiety creates a different but equally draining pattern. When your nervous system is locked in a constant state of stress and alert, even at a low level that you may not consciously notice, it burns through your energy reserves continuously, all day, all night, leaving you exhausted no matter how much you rest. If you have ruled out physical causes and you are still exhausted, please talk openly with your doctor about how you are feeling emotionally. Effective treatments exist, and getting the right help can restore your energy, your motivation, and your quality of life. Cause number 7, medications. This final cause surprises almost everyone who hears it. Many of the most commonly prescribed medications for people over 50 carry fatigue as a known, documented side effect. And because these medications are taken daily, the fatigue they cause becomes a daily constant that people simply accept as their new normal. Medications commonly associated with fatigue include certain beta blockers used for blood pressure and heart conditions, statin medications for cholesterol, antihistamines, benzodiazepines used for anxiety, certain antidepressants, bladder medications, and even some heartburn medications taken long term. Here is what makes this particularly tricky. When you start a new medication and begin feeling more tired shortly after, you might not connect the two. Weeks pass, the fatigue becomes your baseline, and nobody questions whether the medication could be the cause. If you are taking multiple medications, which is extremely common for Americans over 50, ask your doctor or pharmacist to review your full medication list specifically for fatigue as a potential side effect. And never stop a prescription medication on your own without talking to your doctor first. But absolutely advocate for yourself and ask the question, could any of my medications be causing or contributing to my fatigue? Now let's talk about what you can actually do about this. Step 1. Get the right blood test. Do not just accept your blood work is normal. Ask specifically for a full thyroid panel including TSH, free T3 and free T4, a complete blood count, a ferritin level, a vitamin D level, a fasting glucose, and a hemoglobin A1C. Write these down and bring the list to your appointment. These tests together can identify almost every physical cause of fatigue we discussed today. Step 2. Fix your sleep environment. Your bedroom should be cool, between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit, completely dark. Use blackout curtains if needed, and as quiet as possible. Remove all screens, phones, tablets, televisions from the bedroom. The blue light they emit disrupts your body's natural melatonin production and prevents deep sleep. These environmental changes alone can produce significant improvements in sleep quality within days. Step 3. Stabilize your blood sugar. Cut back significantly on refined carbohydrates and sugar, especially at breakfast. A breakfast of cereal, toast, orange juice, or a pastry creates an immediate blood sugar spike, followed by a mid-morning crash that colors the rest of your entire day. Instead, start your day with protein, eggs, Greek yogurt, a handful of nuts, a protein smoothie. Protein digests slowly and keeps your blood sugar stable, which keeps your energy stable. Step 4. Get sunlight in the morning. Within 30 minutes of waking up, before you look at your phone, before you turn on the television, go outside and expose your eyes to natural daylight for at least 10 minutes. This simple habit resets your circadian rhythm, your body's master internal clock, which governs your energy levels, your sleep quality, and your mood. It is one of the most powerful, completely free, and completely underused tools available to you. Step 5. Move your body every single day. I know this feels counterintuitive when you're exhausted. The last thing you want to do when you're drained is exercise. But here is what the research consistently shows. Gentle movement, even a 15 to 20 minute walk, increases blood circulation, triggers the release of energy-boosting hormones, reduces systemic inflammation that contributes to fatigue, and improves sleep quality that night. The movement creates energy. It does not take it away. Start with 10 minutes if that's all you can manage. Just start. Now, before we close, this is critically important. See your doctor urgently. Do not wait for your next scheduled appointment if your fatigue is accompanied by any of the following warning signs: unexplained weight loss without trying, chest pain or pressure, shortness of breath with minimal exertion, a severe headache that is different from headaches you've had before, blood in your urine or stool, swollen lymph nodes in your neck, armpits or groin, or fatigue that came on very suddenly and severely rather than gradually. These combinations of symptoms require immediate medical evaluation. Please do not wait. Let's bring everything together. Feeling tired all the time after 50 is extremely common, but it is not something you have to accept. It is not inevitable, and it is absolutely not untreatable. Here is your complete action plan starting today. Number 1. Talk to your doctor and request a complete blood panel. Write down the specific tests we mentioned and bring that list with you. Number 2. If you snore heavily, if your partner says you stop breathing at night, or if you wake up exhausted regardless of how long you sleep, ask your doctor about a sleep study to rule out sleep apnea. Number 3. Change your breakfast. Start with protein instead of carbohydrates. Get outside for natural sunlight within 30 minutes of waking up. Number 4. Take a walk every single day, even 15 minutes every single day. Number 5. Review every medication you are taking with your doctor or pharmacist and specifically ask whether fatigue is a known side effect. You have more control over how you feel than you may realize right now. And the steps you take this week, the appointment you schedule, the walk you take tomorrow morning, the breakfast you change, these are not small things. These are the things that determine how the next decade of your life feels. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to have energy. You deserve to enjoy the life you have built. If this video gave you something useful today, please take 1 second and hit the like button. It costs you nothing, and it helps other Americans over 50 find this information when they need it most. Subscribe to ClearMed Life for clear, honest, science-based health information every single week, designed specifically for people over 50. Better health, better aging, better life. We will see you in the next one. Take care of yourself.